Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel from Cross the Glory Ministries. My name is Danelia. For those of you who are returning subscribers, glad to see you. Please like and comment on the video. For those of you who are new, please make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I put up new videos. I'm just here today with a quick video, quick word for the month of June, just a quick word of encouragement. And before I go into it though, I just want to remind you that on Saturday, June 8th, I will be going live at 1 p.m. with lesson 2 of my series, Becoming the Barefeet Bride. This is a series of teachings I'm doing for singles, whether male or female. If you want to join me, please be sure to watch lesson 1. I will put the link of that video in the description box below so that you can just have a foundation and a grounding in truly what this is about. I probably will take 5 minutes to go over in lesson 2 just to go over lesson 1 for those of you who probably will be just joining me for that one. But I do hope you watch the first video so that you can get a grounding in what this series truly is about. I will be doing it every single Saturday as long as I'm available, and I'm so excited about the different topics that I'm going to be teaching and releasing just to help you on this journey in this single phase of your life, you know, and just to give you some instructions and encouragement and ways that you can prophetically prepare for marriage. For those of you who that is a promise the Lord has given you and it's something you desire in your heart, just to, again, just get some biblical groundings and teachings on how to prepare and how to make sure, again, you're doing it God's way. A lot of us have done it so many other ways, but this time, this is a teaching that is going to really lead you into how to do it God's way. So join me on Saturday, this Saturday at 1 p.m. EST. For those of you in South Africa, that's 7 p.m. SAST. So I really hope you all could join me there. And listen, comment, you know, talk to me while you're there. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. And also, you know, if you want to reach out to me personally, you can send me an email from crosstheglory@gmail.com. All right, let's get into this word for June. Let's get into this word. I wouldn't call it like a prophetic word. I would call it more of encouragement, instructions, right? Just to get you, again, grounded in this season and moving forward as we are kind of midway in the year. So the first thing I want to say to you is you are free. I know it sounds so simple, right? You are free, and you are free indeed. The Lord just revealed to me, like, this is a month of freedom. And it's not that you didn't know that you were free. It's like you weren't living like you were free. And he had to come and reinforce that again. Like, you are free. Okay? You are free and free indeed. And I want to read Galatians chapter 5 verse 1, the TPT version. At last we have freedom, for Christ set us free. We must always cherish this truth and firmly refuse to go back into the bondage of our past. And the bondage of the past might be, you know, wrong perspective, wrong way of thinking, right? And that was something the Lord was revealing to me. Like, okay, you're having a wrong way of thinking when it comes to this. And, you know, he was reminding me of a past situation. And I was like, that is exactly what I'm doing. Like, whew, God just has a way how to just be like, listen, let me reveal what's going on here. So, so bondage of past, wrong way of thinking. And God wanted to reassure me, like, Danila, you are free. I promised you freedom. And you have freedom right now. This is not a future thing. You have freedom right now. So some of us may be in a season where, God had us in a place of discipline, and there's been some limitations and some restrictions on movement and just certain things you're just not able to do. Not for punishment or whatever, but God has had you in a place of preparation. And so that came with, you being planted, somewhere so that he can prune you and all these different things, for you to grow and you to bear fruit and bear more fruit, right? So that's what I'm talking about. So, and God has given us promises in that place, right? Promises. And so what the Lord was revealing to me, and I'm just going to be honest because I have to be honest here. When he was saying, reminded me of a past situation where how this was kind of reflective of that. I know a lot of people don't talk about, what you hear about is being bound to the past and dwelling on the past. But sometimes what we don't understand, what God was revealing to me, is sometimes we can also have ourselves bound to a future promise, right? To a future hope. And so, we don't live as freely as we should in the present because we're so worried that decisions we make now might affect that future that God promised us. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, what God was revealing to me was, I remember when I was in a relationship, and it was a long distance relationship, right? And I found myself like, there were a lot of things, I was holding off on stepping into or doing because it's like you don't know what's going to happen or where this relationship is going to take you. And so, I found myself like holding off on certain things because I'm thinking like, well, if this happened, or this happened, then I want to be able to just be free, not be attached in any way to where I am. I just want to be able to just be free to get up and go, right? And, now I can look back at that time and realize just how crazy that was. Like, seriously, girl, like, okay. But it happened, right? You live and you learn, right? And it took for certain things to happen for me to just come to a place of realizing my worth and like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you, it was almost, I put myself up on a shelf waiting for this person to make certain decisions. And so I didn't allow myself to step into certain things that I probably should have stepped into because I had myself on a shelf waiting for this person. And so the Lord started reminding me, like, in a way, like, it's kind of similar, right? Sometimes how you can find yourself, God give you a promise, and it's for the future. It's a future hope, right? I don't know when God is going to do this thing, right? But I know that he will. You see, I don't know when, but I know that he will. And so the Lord was saying to me, like, you cannot, just as how you don't want to be bound to the past, you also don't want to be bound to a future hope and a future promise, in the sense that you restrict yourself or limit yourself in the present from making certain decisions and doing certain things that you are free to do. The Lord's like, you're free to do it, right? And not be worried about that is going to adversely affect what God promised you, that, oh, you might, if you do this, then you might miss what God promised you. And God is like, listen, I don't want you anxious about the promise. I don't want you worried about something I've promised you, to the point where you end up in a place of decision paralysis, right? Where you feel like, okay, yes, I put you in this place. Yes, I planted you in this place. But don't feel like, wow, if I decide to shift out of this space, for whatever reason, right? Again, having the peace of God about it, using the wisdom of the Holy Spirit, and so forth, right? So this is not about disobedience, rebellion, adultery, idolatry. This is not about that, okay? Let me make that very clear. This is about, right, after you have been in a place where God has really had you just, a hedge around you, a hedge around you, and you understand the season you're in and certain limitations and restrictions, because God had you in a place again where He was refining you. He had you on the potter's wheel. There is only so much you can do when God has you on the potter's wheel. Like, you are in His hands, okay? And now it's just like, you've gotten into this space now, as God revealing to me, freedom, right? Freedom. Like it's just like, after a parent has raised up the child in the way they should go, and God is like, now, okay, I'm releasing you. But I need you to be confident in the freedom that you have, right? And the freedom that you have now is not a freedom that's going to allow you to find yourself again entangled, right, in the yoke of bondage. So what the Lord in essence was saying to me, you're free to decide. Because there was a time when it was like, this is where you at. This is where God had you, and that's where you stayed, right? That's where you stayed, because that's where He had you. And now God is like, I'm putting options before you. I'm putting options before you, right? But I need you to make a decision, right? I need you to decide, right? So this is a month, like God is saying, listen, you have the freedom of choice. You have the freedom to decide right now. Decide, right? Without worrying that the option that you choose is going to get you out of the will of God or make you miss what God promised you. Listen, I was thinking about Jeremiah when he wrote that letter to the children of Israel when they were in exile in Babylon. And he told them, you're going to be here for 70 years. Now, there was a definitive time frame attached to that. For some of us, we have the promise from God. We don't know when it's going to happen, okay? Jeremiah told them 70 years. God said to them, I know the plans I have for you. I know the thoughts that I think towards you. They are of peace. They're not of evil. They're not of disaster. They're to give you a future and a hope, right? And that's what we have. We have a future and we have a hope that God has given to us. We have seen in dreams and visions, God has spoken to us about these things, right? These promises. But at the end of the day, Jeremiah would say to the children of Israel, listen, even though y'all just going to be here 70 years, and, he said, I want you to plant vineyards. I want you to build houses. I want you to have children. I want you to give your sons and daughters into marriages, right? Don't let, right, what's going to happen 70 years from now limit, right, or restrict or determine how you live in the present. Live your life, right? And he gave them, do all of that, because God is going to rescue you after 70 years, right? And it's not for you, knowing that God is going to rescue you after 70 years. It's not for you to sit there and say, well, I might as well not do nothing. I might as well just sit here and wait the 70 years. No. He said, build houses, plant vineyards, listen, set up your businesses, like, like plant roots, like get in it, right? Get in it, live in it, actually live. Don't have the mindset of an exile. Don't have the mindset of people in captivity. Don't have that mindset. Live freely, live in freedom, right? God is going to do what he's going to do for you when the 70 years is up. And so that's kind of in essence what he was saying to me, like, don't be so bound to this future hope, right? Don't be so anxious about it that you're not living as freely as you should in the present. And so, I don't know, maybe that's just me, but if that's you, just comment on this video, let me know. Like, because that was like, wow, that was a deep revelation to me, that, wow, you often hear it said, people being bound to the past, but, you don't think about how sometimes you can be so anxious about a promise or something God told you that you're really, in your day to day, you are, this future hope, this future promise, you are restricting yourself and limiting yourself in what you should be freely doing in the present, because you're so worried and so concerned that you might miss it if if you make a certain choice. And so, listen, this is why I said this is for those of you who know you're in the will of God, who knows that God is opening those doors for you, because there was a time when nothing was opening, but now God is opening doors plural doors for you. And now you're just like, oh my God, like, what do I do? What do I do? God is like, listen, you are free to decide. You are free to decide, okay? You are free to decide, because you are one, again, who is acknowledging him in all of your ways. You are free to decide, and he will give you his peace in this, right? So that's what God was saying. Listen, you're free. Freedom. Freedom. You're free right now, right? Don't wait till, as the children of Israel, 70 years from now, or whenever God fulfills the promise to you, to be free. You're free now. You are free now. So live like that now. You're free now. 2, you're free to decide, because God is the one putting those options before you. God is the one opening those doors for you. So you have to now make a decision. You have to choose with the confidence, right? That it doesn't matter what you choose, right? God is still going to do what he said he will do for you, okay? That's the understanding you need to have. God is still going to do what he said he will do for you, okay? He will do it, right? If God opened the door for you to live in Timbuktu right now, listen, if that's what you decide to do, if that's what you choose, and you go there, God will still fulfill the promise he has made to you, right? Because for some of you, it's even about that location. Some of you might be, should I go back to a 9-to-5 when God told me to leave my 9-to-5 a couple of years ago? Like, whatever it is, if God is opening those doors that in seasons past was not even an option for you, but now he's opening those doors. Listen, I want you to have the assurance today, listen, by faith, that it doesn't matter what you choose, right? God will still do what he said he will do for you. And I want to read James 1 verse 6 to 8 to you before and just use it to elaborate on my last point in this. James 1 verse 6 to 8, TPT again. Just make sure you act empowered by confident faith without doubting that you will receive. Don't doubt that you will receive. And again, that confidence, right? For the ambivalent person believes 1 minute and doubts the next. Being undecided makes you become like the rough seas, driven and tossed by the wind. You're up 1 minute, tossed down the next. When you are half-hearted and wavering, it leaves you unstable. Can you really expect to receive anything from the Lord when you're in that condition? So here's what the Lord was revealing to me with that. All right, every decision you make, right? Again, these are doors that the Lord himself is opening, right? Everything is going to come with its pros and cons, right? So whether it's, all right, I'm going to go back to 9 to 5, or I'm going to choose to remain where God had called me to, right? Every decision you make is going to have its pros and cons. Either way, God is going to be with you either way. So, yeah, if you choose to go back to the 9 to 5, then, the pro is, okay, some of the financial challenges you've been dealing with, that burden will ease up off of you, right? But again, it's going to come with everything it comes with. Your time being taken, doing something that may not necessarily be what you enjoy anymore doing, right? And your heart may not be 100% in it, right? Or you can choose to remain, right, where God has originally brought you into and planted you. And yes, that comes with its financial struggles, but it also comes with you having that freedom and availability to God, the way you want to be, right? Have availability and flexibility with your time to do as the Lord instructs you to do, rather than, okay, now your time is being given out to something that brings in financial gain. It's up to you, right? Because God has opened up those doors for you. You're free to decide. You're free to choose. Now, here's the thing. So understanding that either way, God's still going to do what he's going to do for me. Either way, right? And once I have made my choice, so once you have made your choice, the Lord is saying, be confident in it. Don't be wavering to and fro. Don't be agonizing about it, being tossed about by every wind of doctrine. So every time somebody come, who doesn't understand what you're doing, you are starting to doubt your own self and decision you've made. Like, stop it. Stop it. He's saying, listen, be steadfast in what you have chosen to do. Have faith, have confidence in what you have chosen to do, right? Have faith and confidence in what you've chosen to do. That, yes, God is still with me in this. It may not look conventional. It may not look like the logical, rational thing to do, right? Right, to some. But whatever you have chosen, right? Whatever you have chosen to do in this season, do be assured that God is with you and he will still do what he said he will do. But the most important thing is he wants you to live freely in the present and stop being anxious about this future promise and the decisions you're making now, and you might miss out and how it might affect that. Tomorrow, Jesus said it, don't worry about tomorrow. Listen, tomorrow will worry about itself. Sufficient for today is its own troubles, okay? For a lot of us, we know it's a day-by-day thing, faith-by-faith thing, glory-to-glory type of situation we're living in, right? Step by step. We walk by faith and not by sight, okay? We understand what this is all about right now. But again, God just wanted to reassure you, for those of you who are taking time to listen to this word, listen, stop agonizing about decisions right now in the present affecting the future promise and the future hope that He gave to you. As long as you are delighting yourself in the Lord, trusting in Him, leaning not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledging Him, you have the guarantee that He will direct your path, right? Isaiah, I believe it says, you'll hear the voice, right, telling you whether to go to the left or to the right. Listen, like, God is with you. And if you have the peace of God in your heart about what you have decided to do, be confident in it. Be confident in it, okay? What you have desired, be confident in the decision you have made, in the choice you have made. Be confident that God will still do what He's gonna do. And the same grace, the same grace that He has given you, the same grace that has been keeping you in a space of affliction, limitation, restriction, whatever it is, suffering, the same grace, listen, the same grace that's going to go with you when you decide to get up and go out there and going into those open doors that God has opened for you, right? It's your choice to make. It's your choice to make. But God just wants us now to live freely, and live freely with the choice you have made. Live freely with the choice you have made, right? Live freely with the decision and the choice that you have made, and stop doubting yourself. Stop agonizing about it. The Lord is with you, and His peace is with you. And listen, you will not miss. Key thing here, you will not miss what He has promised you. Doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter where you are. The blessing will locate you. The blessing will locate you as long, again, as you are walking in the will of the Lord and you are acknowledging Him in all of your ways. So I know it was a little repetitive, but I just hope you were encouraged by this. I hope you were encouraged. One, you're free. You have freedom. You have freedom. Two, freedom to choose right now, freedom to decide. God is opening plenty of doors. God is giving you opportunities. You have the freedom to decide. You have the wisdom. You have the wisdom. Yes, after everything God has put you and God been through, like, you have the wisdom. Trust that you have the word of God in you, and you have the wisdom, okay? You have discernment, okay? To choose what pleases God at the end of the day, to know when it's God and when it's not, okay? And whatever you choose, be confident in what you've chosen. Do it by faith. Believe in God. Don't be wavering about it. Don't be double-minded about it. Don't be one day really happy and excited and committed and doing the thing, and then the next day you're like, oh, forget it, I give up, whatever. No, stay steadfast. Stay steadfast. Be steadfast, unmovable, abound in the work of truth. Listen, your labor will not be in vain. It will not be in vain. And most importantly, you will not miss out on what God promised He will do for you. All right, guys, so that's it. And I will see you on Saturday. And, I pray that you take this word to heart. Take it to the Lord. Talk to Him about it, because you have to know at the end of the day, what is for you, where He wants to lead and direct you. But I just hope this just gives you, some perspective, and just, has you thinking about, where you are presently, and, are you truly living in the freedom that Christ has died to make you free on a daily basis, right? And just trusting and being confident, that, listen, like, God is with you, and He will not steer you wrong. He will not steer you wrong. He will not allow anyone to pluck you out of His hand. He will lead you to still waters. He will lead you to green pastures. Like, it doesn't matter where you are. David said, yea, do I walk to the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil, because I know he's with me. And trust that. Listen, you have the power to decide. You have love and you have a sound mind. And, God will keep you in perfect peace as you keep your mind stayed on him. God bless you. See you Saturday. Bye-bye.